Hi, I'm Annika Johnsons from Al Johnson's in Sister Bay. I hope you enjoy my new video series called Door County Girl. These are stories of my life, the people and places that I love, and of course how we all survive here in northern Wisconsin. You can come back as often as you like, but don't forget to subscribe to Al's YouTube channel. I'll be posting lots of really cool new videos. So let's go. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Door County Girl, and today I am with two of my favorite people.
I'm Kit.
And Rolf.
And Kit works with us at Al's. He's the one that's the mastermind behind everything that Rolf and I don't know about, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
We just call Kit. When everything breaks, we call Kit.
This is our episode of Door County Girl with Door County Dude.
Yeah, Door County Dude, Kit. He's the dude, yeah.
You're going to make me blush.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about a Swedish tradition, which isn't, I don't think, just Swedish tradition. I think Norway has it. So it's a Scandinavian tradition, and I'm sure Germans have it too, and Russians or whatever. But it's called Fika.
Fika. And I remember the first time I even heard about Fika, I think we were in Sweden. We were driving, had a destination to get to, but we had to stop. And I couldn't figure out why. And Lillemore, my mom's sister, our aunt, kept saying, it's time for coffee. And I said, for what? And she goes, haven't you heard of Fika? And I said, no, I didn't know what it was. I think it was, 9? And she said, we're stopping for coffee. And of course, when you're a kid and you want to get to a destination, you think it's the craziest thing in the world. Now I think it's the greatest thing in the world because I love stopping whatever I'm doing and having Fika.
So a while back, I was with Freddie and I were in Sweden, and we were in his sort of small town where he lives, or where his family lives, and we were visiting people. Every time we had to stop for Fika. I was so jacked on coffee just because it was like there. And then I made the biggest mistake. One of the biggest Swedish faux pas ever is I was sitting there and I wasn't realizing what I was doing, and the person was putting the stuff out, and I grabbed it before they were done serving it. Which is like like your mom would have probably like slapped me on the hand or something.
Did everything just go wah?
No, wah. And I'm like, and I realized what I was doing, and I'm like, but then I couldn't like put it back. I wanted to put it back on.
So you're just holding on to it?
Yeah, it's yeah. So I was like, and I just didn't think, it's such you have to wait for everything to be served. The person pours the coffee for you.
Under their breath, they're going,
like,
stupid American.
You're looking at 3 of the fastest eaters in Door County.
Yeah.
I mean, we're always busy, so we can eat things lightning fast. Like someone brought up some whitefish dip, and you and I had both of those tubs down in 2 seconds.
You set something in front of us where it's gone.
I mean, we almost like fight over it. It's that bad. That's how fast of an eater we are. But anyway, Kit's going to tell us a little bit about Fika.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Fika is sort of a tradition, and I like it. I like it because at work it's sort of like a break or a break in the day kind of thing. And you get together with the people that you want to go Fika with, and sometimes even at work they'll say, Annika, would you like to Fika with me today?
And I'm like, hell yeah.
So then we would go and we'd meet and get some coffee. And one of the rules is you don't talk about work. Like, so Annika and I could be working all day long together, and it would be like, so what are you doing this evening, Annika? I mean, it would be more of that conversation.
Then I would say, hey, what do you think about that order that we have in the...
Then it's, yeah.
And Kit be like,
you broke the Fika rule.
No breaking the Fika rule. We don't talk about work during Fika. So we like to Fika all the time, so we don't have to talk about work.
It's just that nice break in the day. And I think it's important for people to sort of take that time. And it's a great way to sort of recharge mentally and sort of refocus and then get back in. And a little coffee helps, and something sweet usually.
And subconsciously, everybody really does it. They
just don't know it's called Fika.
I need a cup of coffee.
And something to go with.
Yeah, and it's just so they can have that calming effect and then move on with their day.
Yeah, that's how I am at about 3:30 in the afternoon.
Perfect
when we
Fika
close.
time.
I'm like, oh my God, I need a cup of coffee. Everybody's headed over to the Stabur, having a beer and having a drink, and I'm like, I need a coffee.
Well, Al's is famous for Fika that people didn't realize that's what they were actually doing. We've got a morning group that comes in.
So we used to open at 6. So when he talks about the morning group, it would be 6 a.m.ers
Yep.
And then they would leave.
And then you'd have the 7:30 guys would come in.
And then they would
And
leave.
then you'd usually have the later crowd. And if it's the gals, it was 9 o'clock.
But then the gals came in in the afternoon when I was younger, around
Also,
3 o'clock,
yep, they
before
came in a
June
second
closed
time.
at
Yep.
4.
Always for coffee
All the
and
ladies.
rolls. Coffee and rolls.
Yep, so we always had a tin of cookies on the table, or John Ostran bakes us goodies in the back, and we always bring it out and put it on the coffee table because we know that they are actually having a fika. But they don't know they're having a fika, but they're having a fika.
Yeah, exactly.
So today I sort of combined Fika with another sort of ingrained going to people's houses in Sweden. So like my mom always said, you know, you need to bring something with you when you go visit or when you're a guest. So one day I was like, I'm going to bring cookies into the boutique. And I was talking to Gunilla Wilson, who was our longtime boutique manager. I'm like,
And she's from Sweden.
And she's from Sweden. And was like one of the original Swedish waitresses.
Fika Pro.
Fika Pro.
We learn from the best.
And I'm like, well, I'm going to make some, you know, Swedish Christmas cookies. I'll bring in a bunch of this cookie. And she's like, well, you need to bring in 7 cookies. And I'm like, what? She's like, there's a 7 cookie rule. And I'm like, 7 cookie rule? What's this about?
7 people.
And I actually looked it up online, and like you could see it. And in fact, in our Cakes and Cookies cookbook, they talk about that. They talk about you need to bring 7 cookies.
And they can't be 7 of the same kind of cookies
no, it's
either.
7 different cookies. So, but it's also interesting too, because if you look in that same book, they have like many small variations of the same type of cookies.
Sure, so you can make like a spritzer type of cookie.
Yeah.
Or
Okay, yeah, and you're
a
talking
butter
about
cookie.
like Swedish ladies that are very hardcore bakers that they're all just like perfect. Not you can't bring a bag of Oreos, a bag of Chips Ahoy,
that
and you can't
doesn't
bring
cut
a bag of Fig Newtons.
No.
You got to be baking those dainty little yummy butter sugar cookies. Oh yeah.
But we do have a good selection here today.
Yeah, so I specifically, you know, Fika, you can just have 1 cookie or this or that kind of stuff. There's no like rules about this, but I specifically brought 7 cookies that I love that we sell also.
Online or at the restaurant.
Product tie-in here.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
And actually, all of them are from Sweden. And in fact, we have like a bunch of from Mjölkers, and that's the one cookie that we import in from Sweden. So like we have their cardamom cookies here, and oat crisps here, lemon cookies. They're award-winning pepperkaker. I like it. It's super thin.
Yep.
We have the Gold Maries, which I like because they are not very sweet at all.
Yes.
They're just a light, like...
It's like a biscuit, almost
And-
like an English
it's like
biscuit.
an English biscuit.
Well,
Yeah,
you know,
like
you
something
could
you'd have
eat, you
tea.
never really know if it's a cookie or if it's a cracker. Should I put cheese
Yeah,
on
you
it
can,
or
and-
should I dunk it in my milk?
Right.
I'm like, it's
and
like,
it goes both
Okay,
ways.
so then
Yeah.
I have a trivia question for everybody. Who, if you go by someone's desk in the back of Al's, who always has like an empty box of these
Bryn
on
and
the desk?
Freddie.
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 Freddie
Yeah.
is a Fika fiend.
Loves
He's
these-
the Fika
Loves
fiend.
these chocolate cookies. Like I almost have to order an extra case, knowing that he's probably.
I
gonna-
gonna
always
eat half
see
of them.
these
he's gonna
empty
eat it.
back
Exactly.
there.
They're always on his desk and stuff. They are really delicious, though. It's like you took an oat crisp and then you drizzled chocolate in.
And you
between.
just made a sandwich out of the chocolate
And
part.
These
yeah.
I think are better. I'm not like a orange with chocolate kind of guy, but these cookies are amazing.
They hit it. Yeah,
Yep.
they're good.
Like,
They're
it's
really,
not too
really
orangey,
good.
It's just perfect. And then the final one is the Dame. Just something a little chocolate. And I also know, for people that don't know, we shoot at my in-laws' house. So, and I know they love these, so we always try and leave stuff behind.
So you bribe them,
that they
so
love.
let us use
Yes.
their
Yeah, if
kitchen.
you
Invite
notice,
us back.
I always leave like Swedish dishcloths because my mother-in-law loves those. So it's a nice way to sort of do that. But let's have some coffee.
Yes. Let's
Yeah.
speak
Okay,
of time.
who wants to make the tray? Annika, I think. Well, and also
Well, Ralph's
this,
on that side, so
I'll
he can
take
open
care of this
those.
now.
Okay, I'll work it. How about we all do it together?
We'll all
All right.
help each other open up our
And this-
Fika package.
This Fika is sort of special too. You guys know why?
I'm not sure why.
Because this will be our 40th episode of Door County Girl. And I want to thank Bill Yeomans, who does all the camera work, and John Nelson, who is the moral support and organizer of all things crazy that we do.
Yes.
So thank you guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You guys don't get cookies, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Or coffee.
But you can watch us eat them.
Oh, I can smell the ginger and the pepperkaka already. So this is our #1 seller at the Osthoff when we go for our Christmas mart. And that's right before Christmas, what, for 10 days?
I'm just going to stack these because they stack so
Right?
well.
And we sell tins of pepperkaka And everybody buys these. If they sample one, they buy a tin because it's so good, especially for Christmas. People think they taste like Pfeffernussen. Is that what they call them? Pfeffernussen.
Okay.
I don't even know what that Pfeffernussen is.
It's a German
Pfeffernuss.
Pfeffernuss. It's a German
It's like a ginger
cookie.
It's like they're sort of puffed up ginger cookies.
Okay.
Somebody will tell me I'm wrong if I.
And while they're pouring, I'm just going to say that we're using Al Johnson's coffee, and we really can't keep this in stock. We're out every week. Every time someone tries a bag, I think they sort of get hooked on it like I do. I always have this at home. And on the back, I'm just going to read Rolf and Kit a little story. Do you know that I've never read the back of the coffee package? And then one day I thought, you know, what does it say here? It was like having cereal, and then you want to read the back of the cereal box, right?
Like, be sitting like this in your hand and your chin.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there eating my cookies, and I'm like, okay, Al Johnson says, who was Al Johnson? Al Johnson wasn't born in Door County, but his heart took root here at such a young age, and he made such an impact that most people forget he wasn't a native. Al's parents came from Sweden and settled in Chicago. He graduated from St. Ignatius College Prep, where his father was a janitor, and he began spending summers in Door County, living in a log cabin in Appleport, east of Sister Bay, and worked with Swedish migrant workers in the vast strawberry fields. Al's wife Ingert came to the U.S. as a teenager to work at Gordon Lodge. Al and Ingert were introduced at the Sister Bay Bowl. My mom had a toothache and she had to go to the dentist. And since Al could speak Swedish, they got along great. They were married in 1959, and Ingert became a lifelong partner whose business savvy matched Al's. It wasn't unusual for customers to see Al doing dishes, cooking meals, pouring coffee, sweeping the sidewalks, swapping stories, filling the restaurant with laughter. He died in June of 2010, and Sister Bay lost one of its true characters. His children carry on Al's legacy. Although my mom's still hanging around, doing all the bossy work still. We just work for her now.
Yep, pretty much.
So that's awesome too. We love that my mom still is the captain of the ship. And Annika uses cream, which everybody says that's true Swedes don't use cream.
I call that flavored coffee.
Yeah, well, that's how it goes.
Well,
We get a skål my coffee. I'm going to have a little Fika time here.
The oat crisps are my favorite.
Oh, and I'm going to have a lemon.
So did you ever read the side of the bag then?
No.
The side of the bag.
Wait, this side.
The other side.
Oh,
The other side.
here we go.
That's what goes with this
Oh, because
episode.
our episode's all about Fika. Fika, the Swedish pronunciation is Fika, is a concept in Swedish culture with the basic meaning to have coffee often accompanied by pastries, cookies, or a small sandwich. Coming from the word fik, which means cafe, in Sweden, it's very common that people take a short break around 9 a.m. and then again at 3 p.m. for a quick fika. Whether it's with friends, family, or a first date, it's a great reminder to slow down and to have something sweet and a good cup of coffee. At Al Johnson's, it has always been a tradition for few locals to come in the morning for a fika before they head off to work, but also to take a break in the afternoon. I never read the side.
See?
Oh my
Things
gosh.
you learn. She's like, what's else?
And then it says,
what's on the bottom?
yeah, then it says, where can you watch a video of Rolf making Swedish pancakes?
On our website.
And then you can go on our recipes, and everything is on our online. So, but also find out what's going on in Door County on our calendar. It's all there for you. And yes, the goats are there too.
Okay, so what's your favorite cookie?
Oh my
crisp.
God, that's a tough one.
For me, it's the oat crisp.
Yours is the oat crisp? So I have to say mine is the pepper caca. I've always loved pepper
I
caca.
do too. But the lemon cookies are just like my
The lemon cookies are to die for.
My favorite pepper caca is the one that comes out at Christmas time, and you get the pig, the little man. It's made by the same outfit.
We had them here.
We had them here for.
We talked about them a little bit ago.
Right, okay, they're made by the same outfit, but they have a slightly different taste to me.
And they're crispier.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it
thicker.
is. Is that what it is?
They're a little bit thicker. 'cause
But
I
they
think
are
for the shapes they want to. They don't want them to break when they travel.
So a pepper cuppa is like a spice cookie. It's really good. They're very thin, and they hold up real well even if you dunk them in coffee. And Rolf invented a word. Did you know what that is?
He did?
Yeah, fim. So if you take your coffee or a cookie and dip it in your coffee or a donut,
Oops, and a piece broke off. Oops.
and after a while, you'll see little crumbs will appear.
Yeah, floating on the bottom.
And what that's called is fim.
So I went to my mom one day and I said, is fim such a word in Sweden?
See, that just goes to prove to you that not all Swedes know everything.
And my mom said, no, there's no such word as fim.
She's wrong.
Rolf invented the Swedish word fim.
Yep, from
All
here
the
on.
Swedes are going to start calling it fim now. That's the good stuff at the bottom
yep.
of your cup. It's like the cherry bounce when you have that stuff at the bottom.
I'm not a dipper.
You got
Not
to be
even
a
a donut?
dipper, not a donut.
No donut, no. I'm just maybe a certain type of cookie that I won't say right now that I like in milk. It's really good.
What do you mean?
An Oreo cookie.
It's funny they call these scorpas.
The Scorper?
Yeah.
Those, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're not really.
Well, they got the cardamom flavor, but it's
But they're
not the
not a
scorpa
biscuit.
that we know. You know who's got good scorpa? When Colleen from Heritage Bakery, when she makes good scorpa, it's fantastic.
Oh my gosh. So Colleen from Heritage Bakery, we ought to do an episode with her because she's fantastic.
She would be fun too, yeah.
Sure, she's one of the youngest kids from the Wagon Trail Resort, and she took over all her mom's recipes, and she has a small at-home kitchen, commercial
Colleen's
kitchen.
Heritage Baking.
Heritage Bakery, and she's on Facebook, Colleen's Heritage Bakery, and you can order things that are traditional Swedish.
So I get a lot of phone calls. Hey, can I get these holiday like cardamom bread and these things that we don't sell? And I always just say
Call
Colleen.
Call
Call Colleen.
check her out.
Colleen
She
waits tables
the
with us
stuff
at
is
Al's
amazing,
too,
yeah.
but she's definitely the baker.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you who else had fantastic scorpa was that Jacksonport Bakery.
Oh yeah, that little bakery in the schoolhouse.
He's not
there.
open enough times to be reliable to get the scorpa, but when he's there, it's fantastic. And Scaturo's actually
Yeah,
is
you were
good.
trying to get him to make sort of
Scorpa,
something
yeah,
for us
it's
because we're
really
missing
good.
that Jacobson toast.
Yeah.
Remember the Jacobson toast?
Well, going down memory lane, Jacobson toast. Remember the Pogans?
Yeah, well, Jacobson toast
Remember
is
the
like a
Pogan cookies?
scorpa. It's like a dried biscuit, like a coffee cake. It's cinnamon flavored, but you could get blueberry and raspberry and maple. And then we sold so much of it, and we gave them to all the babies in the restaurant.
like teething biscuits.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then everybody would walk out with 2 or 3 boxes because those babies would be busy for an hour.
Good, yeah.
And then all of a sudden we couldn't get
There
them.
was a Swedish outfit in Minnesota, but they decided not to bake anymore.
Yeah,
but
the family went out of business.
That was the same thing with Pogan. There was a
Yeah.
big fan of Pogans. I mean, you put them in your palm of your hand, you press
They
down.
were pepper cuppa
And if
too.
you made a wish and it break in 3 pieces, you
Yeah,
got
that's
your
true.
wish.
Do you have to tell them that? That's about pepper caca.
So you're gonna
But I always thought it was only Pogans.
No.
But the idea is,
see mine always.
you take a pepper caca and you press down on it, and at the same time you make a wish, and if it breaks into 3 pieces,
Which
your wish will
I
be
get a
granted.
wish, 'cause
I did not.
Kit's luckier though because if you don't get 3 pieces, you have to get another cookie and try it again, and then you just keep eating them until you
Exactly.
get 3 pieces. But I looks like I'm done here. I got 3. I made a wish.
I know what you wish for.
More cookies and more
No,
coffee.
That everybody that watches this video is gonna subscribe.
Oh yeah!
Yes.
I said I wish that everybody that watches this video will like and subscribe to Door County Girl
Absolutely.
because we talk about some real fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, well,
we're not boring.
until next time then.
Yeah, I'm so happy that I got to have friends with my Fika friends. I got the bigger mug because yeah,
We gotta get.
I had to put some cream in
We gotta
mine.
go with the traditional olive or
This
onion
is
pattern.
this is what you're going to find at Al's.
That's the Pee Wee cups.
The Pee Wee cups.
Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe to find out a little bit more about other episodes that are going to be coming out in the near future. And do yourself a favor, call up your friends and
Invite them for Fika.
Yeah, have a
yeah,
Fika.
Fikas are fun.
Absolutely.
Woohoo!
Need a good T-shirt. Fikas are fun.
I'm going to make a T-shirt
F
that
is for
says that.
Fika.
Fika is fun.
F is for fun.
Yeah. Hey-do!
Hello.
There you go. Hey, look, I got some fim on the bottom.
Thanks for watching Door County Girl. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time.